Welcome, Aquarius. This is your monthly focus for February 2023. We're going to dive right into the astrology, turn to the tarot cards, and of course, pull an affirmation card at the very end, an oracle card. So let's begin with the first main event of February 2023 in the stars is the full moon in Leo at 16 degrees. And for all of us, it sends a message that it's okay to feel whatever is in your heart. And now it's time to bring that out into the world. Now, for you personally, it's about your relationships. It's growing those relationships deeper and stronger. It's about where you need to compromise within the relationships. It's where you need to gain strength within the relationships. It's about finding that beauty and creating that harmony in your life. On February 11th, Mercury will move into your sign, Aquarius, and happy birthday, by the way. So Mercury comes into your sign, and so that is about your voice. That's about utilizing your voice to communicate your talents, what you bring to the table, your love, your affection, your creativity, your inner expression. Bring it out and share it with the world through your voice. Now you could be journaling, writing. Maybe you want to write a book. This would be a perfect time to put your voice to paper. Communicating. Okay, you're going to have that special charisma with being able to talk to people. It's also about transformation. So where do you want to transform your life? And I think you're talking about it. I think you may be writing about it. You may be reading about it. You may be studying about it. The sun will enter Pisces on the 18th, and then on the 20th we will have the new moon in Pisces. So for you, we're looking at our financials. We are looking at our material wealth. We are looking at our stability. We're looking to see that all of our ducks are in a row. We're looking at our foundations, and are they strong? And can we grow them, to enhance them, to carry a heavier load because we want to go forward. We want to get to our best life ever. On the 20th as well, Venus will be moving into Aries. Once more, it is about your voice. And really, you're what you talk about, what you say will have meaning this month. You know, this is the month maybe you could sell ice to Eskimos. No offense to anybody there, okay? You just, your words are poetic. Your words are almost music. If you think it through, if you just don't hopefully open up your mouth and say something, that could go terribly wrong. But when you think about the conversations that you're going to have throughout the day and kind of rehearsing them to yourself, some of the things that you want to say, wow, can you capture people's attention? Absolutely. Now, I know February only has 28 days, so the month will go by a little quicker than most months, but it'll go by even quicker because everything is in forward motion. All the planets are forward motion right now. And so we are doing, and we are being, and we are becoming. We are going forward. Lots of things are coming into our paths. We're experiencing all kinds of energies. Next month is when, and we could be feeling that energy a little bit, okay, because it's huge transits that are happening. Okay, Pluto's moving just for 3 months, but Pluto is moving to your sign. And we'll be there. Well, it'll only be there for 3 months. And then it goes back into Capricorn, finishes some stuff off. But Pluto goes into, I'm sorry for that little evil laugh, but I've gone through Pluto in my sign. And really, it redefines your whole world by the time you're through it. So work with the energy. Don't work against the energy. That's the best advice I can give you. And we'll talk more in depth with that when that comes around. But for now, we know. So we'll talk about it a little bit next month. Is what I'm saying. It'll be a 3-month snapshot of, like, it's like a trailer. It's like Pluto's trailer of being in your sign for the next decade plus a couple of years. I think it's like 12 or 13 years it'll stick around in your sign. So obviously it will mean some major changes, major energy shifts in your life when that happens. So if you feel the ground moving a little bit and swaying, you're supposed to. Also, Saturn will be moving out of your sign and into Pisces. So there's a huge energy shift. So you guys are getting it at both ends. You're having a planet coming in and you're having a planet going out, and major planets, okay? Saturn and Pluto are major, okay? The world feels the vibration, not just you. In saying that, you may feel a little uncomfortable. You might feel a little restless because of that kind of energy. And all I can say is breathe, okay? Know that if you feel like something's going to change, yes, something's going to change. And it's probably for the benefit of your life, the benefit of your path. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But for now, it's looking at your life. And almost every sign has gotten this. I think every sign's got it in some degree to another. But really, it's not about making the decisions this month. It's about understanding where you're sitting and where you want to be making decisions in your life, where you want to push yourself forward, where you want to have learning experiences, where you want to have new relationships, and so on and so forth. The only thing that is actually going retrograde for the month of February is the North Node, North and South Node then. And they're not like stars or asteroids or planets or anything. They're points on the wheel, right? The astrology wheel. So for you, you could be looking a lot at home and family and what it has meant to you, how it's been growing, how it's been changing, what have you been doing the last several months of things that have to do with home, that does have to do with family, or maybe your safety and security. Maybe those are things. You're not really looking at forward venture here. You're more looking in the back and kind of analyzing it. And did I use that energy, appropriately, or, did I use its pure potential there, or could I have done something different, or why did that backfire on me, or why won't this come into play? And a little bit of questioning so that you can, make a stronger approach going forward in home, in family. Maybe you've been trying to redecorate a room and it just hasn't been coming together. It will. So give it some time. Okay, this is a thinking time, and I don't think you're looking at going forward yet. You're still looking at what you've done so far and making decisions based on what has been completed, what has been done, what has been transformed. Okay, we'll go to the cards. Now we'll get a shadow card and what is driving the shadow. So this is really the underlying energy for you for the whole month of February, and we have the Knight of Cups. So please, 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 please take time to let down your hair, to invite in laughter and joy, and have, social time, especially with close friends and family. And, here, this is, I call him the Knight in Shining Armor, the King of Cups. And he's not in armor. He is in his fancy clothes. He's in his Sunday best. And he's picking you up for a picnic in the park or under that apple tree by that bubbling brook. Okay, he's got the blanket to lay out there. He's probably got a saddlebag filled with things. He's even got a cup in his hand ready to be filled with the nectar of the gods. So it's about enjoying ourselves and enjoying the people that are around us and celebrating those moments and taking time to just have, nothing, we're not, I don't think we're going to a roller coaster park or anything like that here. I think we're going for a nice picnic to just connect one-on-one, heart to heart. And what's driving that? The Chariot. We're thinking through our relationships. We don't know how we want to take certain relationships forward, and the best way to decide those things is by spending time with that person. Do they support me? Do they love me? Do they hold me up? Are they a shoulder to cry on when I need one? Do they trust me? Do they respect me? And what do I plan on gaining from this relationship? Is that what I'm getting from this relationship, or am I getting something completely different that I wasn't expecting? So, yeah, there'll be a little bit of a magnifying glass on your relationships and the people closest to you, and new relationships as well. That could be definitely new relationships coming in. And if it's a new relationship, you really want to back it up and really go slowly on it. Okay, you want to take it one step at a time, enjoy the moment, but don't like try and tell your whole life story within the first couple of dates. Okay, more be the observer and see what they have to offer you. Now, Venus being in Aries, sometimes, well, actually, Venus being in Pisces prior to moving into Aries is more where we will pull the wool over our own eyes. We'll put the blinders on. We'll see what we want to see rather than what we truly see, what the reality of the situation is. So up until, about the 17th, 18th, 19th, you kind of want to be leery of what your eyes are seeing. You want to pull back a little bit in those new beginnings, in those new relationships. It could be a new best friend. It could be a new partnership. Whatever it may be, okay? Just don't jump right fast forward into the relationship, okay? So our first card is Justice. So this is asking you to have focus on you, your plans, your goals, your dreams, your desires, to make a commitment to yourself, to give it focus, to give it attention. This card is also saying that you must cut out the things that are holding you back, the things that no longer have value in your life, the things that might actually be working in detriment to your successes. We have the Page of Cups. This is dreaming big. This is, allowing the fantasy to grow. This is getting excited about the potential of your tomorrow, wherever it may lead. This is thinking outside the box, and this is a whole new adventure, opportunity. This could be travel. This could be learning and growing your knowledge, your wisdom. This could be stepping into opportunities that really grandstand your talents, your abilities, the unique you. So far, so good. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. I think this card is on repeat for a lot of you. So whether this is your sun, moon, or rising, you may see this card more than once. And this is, what are you holding on to? What are you afraid to release? What are you afraid to let go of? What do you some things, they're there to keep us safe for a while, or they have value for a short time, but we can't keep them because they do start to pull us back, not let us move forward in the way we need to move forward or want to move forward. So really, truly, if you let go of something, if you set it free, trust me, if it's supposed to be in your path, it will come back around. But there's things that you have to, you can't be so rigid on or rule abiding on in order to really have the growth that you want to have. And I'm not saying to go and break the law or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But sometimes we have these rules in our head that I have to be home by a certain time, or I have to wake up at a certain time, or I got to have lunch at a certain time. Those little things, those time restraints, and anything that tries to come in. All of a sudden you got some friends phoning and saying, hey, you want to go out tonight? Oh, no, that's not a good time for me because your show's on, or, that's the time when you do whatever you do. And it's about maybe being a little bit more flexible or going with the flow a little bit more and allowing for a lot of mutable energy so that you can go with the flow a little bit more. So it's a little bit about going with the flow there. Okay, work and career. The Page of Swords. Uh-oh. That could mean a whole slew of things depending on your own personal path. Okay. The Page of Swords and work, career. You just want something to happen. You want some kind of change, or some kind of, there's something in work that probably is making you unhappy or restless, or you're not enjoying work because of certain things, or maybe your career, or something's not moving forward. Anyways, the bottom line is you want to just do something, and it doesn't matter what it is you really do, it will just change the energy. And that is probably one of the worst things you can do. Because you haven't really thought it through to the end. And so you didn't see a lot of things that maybe you could have seen if you would have just taken a step back and thought about it a little bit. Now, on the other hand, if you see some opportunities, this is where a little bit of spontaneity has to come out in you to, if you see an opportunity that really, really reflects who you are as a person. I mean, your talents, your abilities, you could flourish, you could grow so much within that kind of environment. Comes across. We still want to step it back and think a little bit, but you might want to test the waters. You might want to step into that and see where it leads. Okay, because I can kind of get a glimpse that kind of wave might be coming, and maybe that's why you have to go with the flow a little bit, and things could get a little disruptive. But if you go with the flow, you're I see a time clock being on its side, so noon's not up, it's kind of so we have to allow for a little bit of maybe delays or interference or damage control. But this is something about just taking a risk on yourself, believing in yourself. Now, with this card, you're also very highly spiritual. Your intuition is very strong, and your sage wisdom is very strong. Your intuition more so. So follow that gut feeling. If it doesn't feel right, chances are it's not right. But it's kind of like you want to rock the boat a little bit, and I would advise against rocking the boat. I'd rather you take that energy and push it in a direction of new beginnings, new starts, really showing off and grandstanding your talents, your abilities, and growing them in some way. Because I think there's a potential for something to come in like that for you. For love and relationships, 8 of Wands. This is about letting in a little bit more into the relationship. Now, this is your spouse, your lover, your partner, your best friend, maybe a close co-worker or somebody in the neighborhood or somebody from high school that you still keep in touch with. Whatever, it's those relationships we're looking at here. And this is about the expansion of that relationship and how much more can be in that relationship. Make it that much more fulfilling. Grow it that much deeper. Now, if you are single and looking, I tell you, there's a lot out there, okay? There's a lot of different options, but you need to get yourself out there. You need to put yourself out there. Ask your friends if they know of somebody who's single and looking. But in some way, get out there and look, okay? Now, and we have the moon in Leo, and that's going to be the expansion too of what can we do within the relationship to bring in harmony. And maybe I was thinking compromises and stuff, but it could be what you need to add to the relationship, what you bring to the relationship in order to make it flourish, in order to make it grow, in order to make it strong. Now, this card is in a placement. This is my own layout. So this card, I kind of ask, how can the Aquarian really utilize the energy and their path forward spiritually? What can be the added incentive? And for you got the 3 of Cups. So it's about having fun. The more you're laughing, the more you're dancing, the more you're enjoying life, the more giggles and laughter, the higher your energy is, and that takes you forward with an ease. Okay, this could also be that you get almost it's like good news comes in, but it's a spiritual nature. So, if you have a dream of the lottery numbers, I'd play them, okay? Just saying. You see a horse race and that fifth gray horse, he crosses, that's a gray mare, and she just, she gets in front of everybody. You might want to just go down to the track and see if there is a gray mare running in one of the races that seems to be, nobody's really paying attention to. But for the most part, yeah, you'll wake up from a dream of something that you invented or something you created or something you stepped into or an opportunity you went into. Pay attention to those kinds of things because they could be clues to your steps forward. How exciting would that be? So I just need a sip of water. I'm so sorry. Okay, my apologies. And health and well-being for you is the Hierophant. I think this is about loving you. This is about putting yourself on a pedestal. I think this is about honoring yourself, taking care of yourself, pampering yourself. If you're tired, rest. If you've done a good job, celebrate. Okay, I have a new deck here. Nature's Whispers. I just love it. So hopefully you will too. And for you, we have, oh my gosh, Clear Endeavor. Somebody else had Clear Endeavor. 39, so that's a 12 energy. So that is about creation. That is about fertility. That is invention. That is new starts, new promises, new transformations coming into your life. A very transformative energy. So I will hold the card up for you as I read about it. Okay, let's just get it up there. There's so much detail and things going on in this card, so I'll let you meditate on it while I read the book. Something you truly desire requires a bigger commitment from you. This could be physical, emotional, mental. Identify what your needs are at this time. Actually commit to this goal and be willing to put in the time to make it become reality. Commitment plus hard work will assist in bringing your goals to completion. Once you decide, give your best to everything that you do. It gives plenty of new opportunities for you to reach your goals in no time. Pay attention to the signs along the way as nature works to assist you. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.